I'd like to thank you for joining us for today's webinar on the Mandura opportunity. First of all, we all know that there's a financial and health epidemic in the United States as never seen before. Our goal with Mandura is to help you improve your physical and financial health by starting your own home-based business. It's obvious that we need to be eating fruits and vegetables, but why aren't we? It's been estimated that up to 70% of adults are not getting the daily recommended dose of fruit in their diets, and I would venture to say even a higher percentage of children are not getting the daily recommended dose. How valuable would it be to find an easy, convenient solution to this complicated problem? So if we all know that we need to be eating fruit and vegetables on a daily basis, why aren't we getting it? Well, I can't say for you, but for me, I know I'm lazy. I know that I don't want to go to the grocery store and to buy the fruit and to cut it up and to dice it up. It's just a hassle. And if we don't consume the fruit soon enough, it tends to start going bad. And if it starts going bad, then you've completely thrown that money out the window. And I know you've probably seen things that look like this on your counter, but we won't keep it on here very long. But what you really have to look at is even that you go and buy a little bit of fruit, because it's a perishing item, you got to buy some more, and then you got to go back to the store and buy some more, and again, because you can't buy a full month's supply because it'll go bad. So what Mandura's done is search the globe to find exotic fruit. The durian is known as the king of fruit, and it's from Southeast Asia. The mangosteen is known as the queen of fruit, and it's also from Asia. The acai berry is out of Brazil, out of the Amazon. And the North American blueberry is now grown all over the world. Mandura's taken these 4 exotic superfruit and combined them into one nutritional drink called Mandura. Our goal with Mandura is to make nutrition easy. It's easy to go to the refrigerator and pour 2 ounces in the morning, at lunch, or in the evening, and to get all the daily recommended dose of fruit that you need. You see, an easy, convenient solution to a complicated problem creates an unbelievable opportunity. World-famous economist Paul Zane Pilzer talks about in his book, The Next Trillion, why the wellness industry will exceed the 1 trillion healthcare or sickness industry in the next 10 years. He talks about individuals wanting to spend money in a preventative manner as opposed to a reactive manner. And in his next book, he talks about the wellness revolution, how to make a fortune in this trillion-dollar industry. And he talks about combining the $100 billion home-based business opportunity with the $500 billion wellness industry. And he's predicting that it will be a $1 trillion industry, and he is predicting that there will be 10 million new millionaires created by the year 2016.
Now, one of the ways you can benefit from this health and wellness boom is by owning your own business in the industry. And we make it easy to do so by purchasing your own starter kit for only $30. And then you need to choose the auto ship package that would best suit you. Now, there are 7 ways to receive income with Mandura, and we're not going to go through each and every way. For a complete listing, you can go watch our compensation videos, and we will do a breakdown on each and every way we make money with Mandura. Now, I do want to talk about concepts, and we pay out over 50% of all revenue that comes into Mandura every single month. I first want to start talking about what we are not. We are not a unilevel plan. A unilevel plan says that you can have 1 line of sponsorship and everybody's on that first line, and you really can't build any teamwork with a unilevel plan. Also, we are not a multi-level plan. And when I say a multi-level plan, what I'm talking about is you only get paid for your first level, then your second level, and when you look at the screen, what you have to understand is that your first, your second, and your third person that you sponsor, they will never benefit from each other. If number 1 sponsors 3 people under them, and then number 2 sponsors 3 people under them, those people will never benefit each other. And so it does not create any unity. The next type of compensation plan that came on the scene was a binary compensation plan, and we are not a binary. A binary says you can only sponsor one on your left and one on your right, and you only get paid on your lesser leg. That means if your first person builds an organization of 1,000, your second person builds an organization of only 10, you're only paid a percentage of your lesser leg. That doesn't make sense to me. If you have success, you ought to be paid. It doesn't make sense to pay somebody on their lesser leg, their less successful leg. Let's talk about Mandura's compensation plan for a minute. If you're going to sponsor 3 of your family, friends, people that you know, it doesn't make sense to sponsor from left to right, because number 1 will never benefit number 2, and number 2 will never benefit number 3. Their effort that they put forth are not going to help each other. If anything, they're going to create competition among each other. And so I truly started praying and saying, Lord, how do we create a compensation plan that will create unity as opposed to division? And so the Lord said, put everyone in a straight line, and that'll create one line, one team, one vision. Now, if the first person that you put in sponsors a new independent business owner, that would have to go after number 3. So number 1 is helping number 3, even though number 1 got in prior to the third person. And so now you're creating unity as opposed to division. Now this can happen all over the nation. As people are sponsoring people, they are able to help one another because we are one company, one team, one vision. So let's talk a little bit about how that would look. You see, when you enter the business, every IBO who enrolls after you counts towards your team volume. What that means is that if people that enter the business before you put somebody in the business, it has to go after you because you secured your position. Now, if you sponsor an individual, regardless of depth, that would be considered a first-generation sponsorship, and you will receive a $20 bonus in addition to accumulating the 100 points of team volume and personal volume. So you're going to accumulate both. Now, when the individuals who signed up after you, when they sponsor independent business owners, it has to go under the last person and give them 100 team points. And so then your first generation people that you have sponsored, when they sponsor independent business owners, they have to go under the last person that was in the business, and you'll receive 100 points personal volume, 100 points team volume, and a $10 monthly bonus. Now these $20 and $10 bonuses continue on. There's no limit to the number that you can sponsor, and we build 8 generations of bonuses. And so as you can see, when we create one line, one team, one vision, it doesn't matter if people who came in prior to you or after you, everybody's working together to build one organization, one team, so that the last person that comes in is going to have the entire company working to help them build their organization and build their team. And I believe that it will reward everyone for working together. So I hope you can see how important it is to get your position secured, because anybody that ever enters Mandura after you has to be placed in your organization and count towards your team volume. Now that team volume is going to accumulate month after month after month, and you can access it by putting forth a little bit of effort and working together as a team. So let me be the first to welcome you to the Mandura team. And remember, if you need to learn more about our product or this revolutionary compensation plan, you can print out PDFs and you can go to the compensation videos on the website. So I want to thank you for your time, and God bless.